Francis Frog's Forever Friend by Barbara DeRobertis. Illustrated by R.W. Alley. Read by Ben Hobbes. Frances Frog had lots of friends at Alphabetti School, but her favorite friend did not go to her school. Her friend's name was Felicity Fox. Frances and Felicity were very different. Frances was bumpy, Felicity was furry. Frances was fancy, Felicity was plain. Frances was frisky, and Felicity was quiet. Frances was funny and often laughed. Felicity was serious and sometimes frowned. And Frances was frequently a little foolish, but Felicity was never ever foolish. Still, each was the other's favorite friend. Felicity had fun with Frances. Frances helped Felicity feel brave, even when she was afraid. Frances could always count on Felicity. If Frances had a problem, Felicity could often fix it. One fine day, Frances and Felicity planned a picnic. Each packed her own favorite foods. Frances Frog had French fries, deep-fried fritters, and fizzy pop. Felicity Fox had fresh fruit, fish tacos, and frozen yogurt. "What a fantastic fried food feast," said Frances. "What fine, flavorful, low-fat food," said Felicity. In 5 minutes, Frances had finished all of her food. A few minutes later, she felt awful. "I'm too full. My tummy is stuffed. In fact," said Frances, "I feel sick." "Oh, Frances," Felicity frowned, "you stuffed yourself with fatty foods, and you ate too fast. That was very foolish." But Felicity felt sorry for Frances, so she helped her floppy friend shuffle home. One fall afternoon, Frances and Felicity played football. Frances kicked the football far down the field. Felicity made a fantastic catch. She ran up the field very fast. Frances flipped her feet. She flapped her arms and she fluttered her fingers. Poor Felicity was flustered and confused. She stumbled and fumbled the ball. Frances flopped on top of it. Felicity folded her arms. "Sometimes you don't play fair, Frances. That was a foolish thing to do, and I wish you would apologize." "Oh, Felicity," Frances laughed. "I was just having fun." Felicity frowned. "It wasn't fun for me." One sunny afternoon, Frances and Felicity went to the swimming pool. "I'm not a good swimmer, Frances," said Felicity, "so I will lie on my fish float." Carefully, Felicity stretched out on her float. Then she gave Frances a reminder. "No more foolishness," she said. "Promise?" "Fine," laughed Frances. Frances flew off the diving board. She did a fancy flip, then she fell in the water with a foamy kerflop. She flapped her arms and flopped her feet. Water flooded over Felicity, and she was flipped right off her flish float. Felicity was frantic, and she was afraid. "Help! Help!" cried Felicity. Frances flew into action. She flipped Felicity back onto her fish float. Huffing and puffing, Frances pulled Felicity to safety. Felicity fussed and fumed as Frances lifted her out of the water. Felicity was furious. "That was not funny, Frances," said Felicity. "That was a very foolish thing to do." Frances felt awful. "I'm so sorry, Felicity," said Frances. "I did not mean to frighten you. You're my forever friend." For the first time, Frances looked really sorry. "I forgive you," said Felicity. "Sometimes you are a foolish frog, but you are a fast helper." Finally, instead of frowning, Felicity smiled. "Frances, you are my forever friend, too." From then on, Frances Frog was a much kinder and more careful friend. She still liked having fun, but she always made sure Felicity Fox was having fun, too. The end. Fun facts about frogs. They are everywhere in the world, except Antarctica. Baby frogs. Most frogs begin life in their water as tadpoles. After losing their tails and growing legs, they can also live on land. Their size. Some frogs are so tiny they can sit on your fingertip. Some can grow to be over a foot long, not including their legs. Their favorite foods are mostly insects or worms, but some frogs also eat small rodents, snakes, and other frogs. And did you know long, strong legs make frogs excellent leapers, and webbed feet make them speedy swimmers?